This is the final project that I did, overviewing all of the different projects I did for this course. I'm going to start off with my first project, which was Google Doc, Drives, and Draw. And starting out with my Drive, you can see my folders here. I have all folders for all of my separate courses, plus a few extra things like my track and history day folder. I've color coordinated my folders, and then inside of these, I've added separate subfolders for everything, like my specific course. Some of the things I did for my Google Docs. So this is my first Google Docs. This was a collaborative pass and study activity for my students that they would take a story or a picture and then they would continue to pass it between each other to have collaboration and to create a story with pictures. Another one was a peer edited essay. So the students would have a prompt and then the instructions for editing as a peer. They would write their essay and then have a peer edit it and then have to show that they've changed it based on the peer edits. I also had a Venn diagram that the students could use. This was a Google drawing that they could use to do to compare and contrast the House and the Senate. And the students were doing this together, and we did this as a whole class activity where they told me what was specific about the House or the Senate and what powers they shared. My second project was Google Slides, Sheets, and Forms. So for my Google Slides, I had my students create a timeline. This was for New Zealand, and using Google Slides, they could just add in information. They would have to change the dates. They have to have 6 dates, and then they would also have to add pictures or images and make that collaborative. Another easy way to quickly decide if students understand anything like a formative assessment would be this Google Sheets picture reveal. So as the students answer the correct questions, it reveals a picture in the pink section, and they know right away if they got the question correct, because if nothing was revealed, they know the answer is incorrect. And another assessment would be for using Google Forms. And this could be either a formative or summative assessment that a teacher could use. And for this one, they were looking at primary or secondary sources. They would have a primary source like William and Clark's journal, and they would have to tell me if it was primary or secondary. My third project was Google Classroom, and I use Google Classroom all the time. I've used it for many, many years. And I lay out my Google Classroom like this. I create customized borders for each of my headings for each of my classes, and I have them organized in the order of the day. And then I have a couple extra classrooms that I'm involved with, like PBIS and my board game club and my track team. And you can see inside my Google Classroom, organize it by topics. And I start off with my bell ringers. So my students have all their bell ringers for the week, and it tells them when it was due, and they have to answer these as soon as they come in the classroom. I also have my units, and I have some things already to go that they are there, and when I'm ready to assign them, I can assign them. And then the ones that have the orange means they've already been assigned and the students can see that assignment. So one assignment here was was about the government in Europe, and we had previously done a project on one country that the students chose and they did a collaborative assignment on. And this was the second part of it, that they would do a Google slideshow collaborative assignment on the Google using the government and economy of that culture. So uh, just this is another assignment that the students had that this was a project that they did, and I even use these little emojis to show the students what type of assignment it's going to be. And then this just shows the links that I could put in. So I have a link to an outside source, I have Google Slides, I even have a PDF. So it's nice to be able to add those. So my fourth project was Google Chrome. So here I had some Google Chrome search tips that I use with the students to teach them to find exactly what they need, such as using quotations so they get the exact image, or a negative symbol to make sure the wrong assignment doesn't come up, or the wrong information doesn't come. And then they can also use the search box to do math, which is a neat little feature. My Chrome extensions that I like to use with my students is MyBib. I do a lot of research in my class, and the students have to cite their sources. So this is a really nice Chrome extension that they could right away just by clicking the extension, get the citation, or even add it to a project so they can keep that going along. And my students really struggle with grammar and capitalization and even spelling. So Grammarly is a nice extension that the students can use to help improve their writing. They don't always use it, but it is available to them. And then a fun little Chrome extension is Bitmoji. I know a lot of elementary teachers that use this more than I do, but I use Bitmoji to do this little virtual classroom for my world geography and cultures class, and they can click on different things around the room to go to the different websites or videos. This would take them to a video on the Sydney Opera House or Uluru, and then of course their textbook or their Google Classroom or Mac and Via, which is our library's source of information. My last project was YouTube, and I'm really starting to use YouTube more for my students as creating my own videos. And in here are three of the videos that I created so far that for my students. So they do a National History Day website, possibly. So I created a Google website, and this would be the directions of how to use that website to create their National History Day website. This is for their final project that in my World Geography and Cultures class, they do a Canva video on Africa, a country in Africa, and this was the directions of how to use Canva and also how to create their video. And then Google Keep is something I'm learning more about, and this was just a quick little information about Google Keep. I also try to create playlists, and I don't utilize this as much as I should, but I'm getting more and more organized with my playlists. So for my European history, I have the different videos that I've used. I have 8 videos saved. I also have for my civics class, I have 8 videos saved. Some of these are songs, some of these are information about different Supreme Court cases. For my geography songs, I have 4 songs. I know there's more out there. I have to find them, but that's the problem of not saving those songs because now I have to go and find them. I also have some examples of documentaries for National History Day. And then for myself, just education videos that I've saved for improving my own skills. I also have some brain breaks. So if I need we just need that extra moment de, um, to just need a second to do something fun with my students to bring them back. I have some brain breaks that they could use. I've also started to subscribe to different channels within YouTube, and some of them like the History Channel or Timeline History or Mr. Beats class. He does a lot of fun songs, parodies that with historical topics, or the Bill of Rights Institute for my civics course. And then Kitten Academy would be one of those brain break things because it's mostly just kittens on the screen being cute. And if the kids just need a nice live stream video to put up that will help them relax, yeah, that's a good place to go. So those are all of the different projects I did for my final project. Thank you for watching.